for Formula 1. Not many new changes. Copy in my Walker 2. So, new season is gonna get underway very shortly with practice. So here we are at the Bahrain. Wait, no. So this race here at Silverstone is going to be very, very insane. F1. It's about to get underway here at Silverstone with 18 tons. Lap record set by Lewis Hamilton in 2019. The lap record is a 127.369 and the circuit length is 5.891 kilometers and 2.660 miles. So the Britain Grand Prix is gonna get underway very, very shortly. Here we go. A little bit cloudy here over the Silverstone.
As the grid begins to form up for what we hope will be another phenomenal race. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, for the British Grand Prix. Straddling the border of Northamptonshire and Buckinghamshire, the 18 corners of the Silverstone circuit form the 3.6-mile beating heart of Formula One. It's been reinvented over the years, with Turn 1 now the fast right-hander of Abbey, but the magic of racing is as strong here as it's ever been.
And now for the grid order. Here we go.
And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of Turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
Well, the throttle goes both ways.
Here we go for the grid order now.
Minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Hamilton, Alexander Albon, and Vettel, Ricciardo, Norris, Grosjean, and Kevin Magnussen, Perez, Ocon, Lance Stroll, and Sainz, Gasly, Raikkonen, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Daniel Kvyat, Russell, and Nicholas Latifi. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let...
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, all the cars lining up for the British Grand Prix 2020. I am very excited for this race today. Who do you think is going to bring it out on top? But it don't matter about that now, because the race is about to begin. Lights out! And away we go here at the British Grand Prix! Lewis Hamilton with a storming start after his teammate Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc fighting. Max Verstappen winning that race there as Lewis Hamilton having a look round the side of Valtteri Bottas. Lewis Hamilton squeezing through as Lewis gets in the lead. He's gaining away now. What a shoot-off from the Mercedes, especially Lewis Hamilton there. But the Mercedes, I think they're looking for another fight against each other.
Alright, we're looking good so far.
So that was the radio of Lewis Hamilton. Valtteri Bottas though, creeping up behind, coming onto the old straight. As Max Verstappen getting a bit close with Valtteri Bottas, as Valtteri Bottas looking for the move on Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton defending his position at the last chance he possibly could. As here we go, Valtteri Bottas having another look on him, almost collision there. Max Verstappen having a look at Lewis Hamilton has been took out.
Strategy option.
Oh dear!
Sit tight, the marshals are on their way.
That was a big crash! Lewis Hamilton only trying to defend his position, and this happens. Oh! What a big crash, and Lewis Hamilton, he couldn't see the cars coming from the side to make this crash even worse. No. The tyres are ruined on that Mercedes and the wheel is broken. And now Max Verstappen, he ain't even okay. He's off the circuit. As there is a bit of is there any damage on any of the other cars except from the ones in the... As Kimi Raikkonen, I think that is... No, that is Giovinazzi with a little bit of damage. Max Verstappen with damage. As Nicholas Latifi with completely no damage. As that is a terrible way to start this British Grand Prix, but we must, it is okay to restart this Grand Prix. All drivers will be in its same positions as the start Grand Prix. Hopefully it don't happen again, but here we go once again. Will I see those 5 red lights drop out and at least see all 20 and see all 20 drivers crossed that line for the first lap. Right, so here we go again. 5 red lights, lights out, and away we go. Another astonishing start for Lewis Hamilton with these fixed cars because they had to get all people on the grid again. Valtteri Bottas though leading this Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton, he's in a bit off. He's trying to get away from Verstappen. I can tell why, because of in the last Grand Prix. But Valtteri Bottas just making a mistake for Lewis Hamilton to slip in. Yeah, but the first try, that was terrible. As it might, as there was a bit of contact there with the two black Mercedes, as Valtteri Bottas getting up very close, and then he had to ease very bigly off there. Max Verstappen getting a bit close to Valtteri Bottas. Valtteri Bottas pitting his front down, chasing after Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton's diving round the corner. Same with Valtteri Bottas, but Max Verstappen having a look on Valtteri Bottas now. Will he find the move? No, at all! As I think Lewis losing his pace a bit there. There's Bottas having a look that made him a bit terrified. He's going super speedy. And then this section comes up. He sees Bottas there, makes him lose his pace. And it makes Max Verstappen collide in him once more. And it makes Lewis Hamilton go wide. But Valtteri Bottas, he is slowing down. Max Verstappen, he is slowing down because of a damaged wing. As
Okay, that's a good start. Keep it up.
It looked like all 20 drivers are gonna cross the line here unless something bad happens. Right now and then, but nothing bad happens. Lewis Hamilton takes on lap 1 with first place, not beating his world record in 2019 as off he goes. As Valtteri Bottas going right through. This race is very close, especially at the start of this Grand Prix. Here we go. Valtteri Bottas trying to get past again. Lewis Hamilton getting past as there was a bit of collision, but all drivers are okay. Yeah, all these drivers are trying to go for the win today, but there can only be one. And so far, Lewis Hamilton's driving skills, well, it looks like it's going to be him. But Max Verstappen, he's already gone and out the top 5 because of his wind damage. Valtteri Bottas versus Lewis Hamilton in that corner again. And Lewis Hamilton completely pinning him in the corner to make him slow down. A very tactical thing to do, a very rude thing to do, but if you have to win the British Grand Prix, well. Valtteri Bottas having a look at Lewis Hamilton. He's following him back to back as going round the back straight as Bottas losing a lot of pace. Coming into Hops, I think. And Max and Vettel having a crash here.
Good job.
A 1:39 from Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton right off Esteban Ocon, faster than Lewis Hamilton. So Lewis Hamilton is starting to make quite a distance. I'm gear locked. Lewis Hamilton just getting a bit of gear lock there. Possibly making the others catch up a little bit.
You've got a lot of spare energy. Use your overtake button.
So here comes Valtteri Bottas, trying on the same bit of circuit every lap and lap. So Bottas is pushing on a certain bit and trying to get past on a certain bit of the circuit. Every single one lap, if you don't accomplish it, well, this is going to be a bit of good racing. So here we go, the two! No!
That was a nasty hit. Turn the
The
engine off
two
and wait for the
Mercedes come together. The two Mercedes come together here at the British Grand Prix. As Lewis Hamilton having to give up that position for dangerous stuff happening as Sebastian Vettel completely shut out there by the Mercedes. That is some good and hilarious driving. The two Mercedes
strategy is
touch.
available on the MFD.
Let's look at that touch again. Sebastian Vettel trying to gain on Lewis Hamilton there. Lewis Hamilton completely blocking him out, and there's the touch. Oh, wait, I don't. A little touch there, it didn't come to anything else. Lewis Hamilton going around the outside of Sebastian Vettel. Sebastian Bottas. Wait, Valtteri Bottas and getting into the lead. Coming around into the straight as we have already left the straight for this Grand Prix, as these two getting a bit close together once again. This is where you get nervous. Will there be a crash? Will there not be a crash? But this time there is no crash. As Lewis Hamilton trying to cause the least contact he possibly could. As the pack is being a bit bunched up here. I don't know why. Is everyone not going for overtakes? Look, Valtteri Bottas having a perfect chance, and he goes for it. But Lewis Hamilton getting back the position very quick there. Oh, no. Lewis,
The incident has been
Hammond's
cleared.
the best.
Let's get back up to racing speed.
Wait, what? Wait, what is that penalty? Oh, okay. Never mind. As Valtteri Bottas is off the circuit, still, or he is in some gravel there. Is he stuck? No, he's not stuck. But Valtteri Bottas is going to join last in the pack. And Lewis just going for the best opportunity he could possibly see. I'll spin out this race, guys. Now I'm being put down to P7th for Lewis Hamilton at his home Grand Prix. This doesn't seem very fair. And the pit stops are going to happen on lap 9. So about 4 more laps until worse occasions happen. Is my teammate okay? Yes, your teammate is okay, Hamilton. Just had a bit of a collision. So the two Mercedes going off the circuit there. There's Lewis Hamilton going round Esteban Ocon. Ocon being overtook by Lewis Hamilton. Esteban Ocon though, he's gonna come back at Lewis Hamilton, but Lewis Hamilton is having none of that from Esteban Ocon. Norris, very close to Charles Leclerc. Lewis Hamilton with DRS though. He's going on Norris.
Brilliant. Nice move.
Charles Leclerc getting pinned by two drivers there as Lewis Hamilton comes out on top of all three. Yes, Alexander Albon pinning up, no fight against that Mercedes. Ricardo, I don't know, will he put up a fight? Ocon did. Will Ricardo? Ricardo's keeping a bit of speed with him. Round here as Lewis Hamilton found the gap, slips in the gap. Will Ricardo go back for it? But two drivers have DRS, one driver don't, and that one driver is Sebastian Vettel. Lewis Hamilton looking like he's going to get back in the lead on this Grand Prix. A little bit of contact coming to the end of the straight. Lewis Hamilton down to 7th, up to 1st. Wow! I definitely think he may be getting driver of the day. We don't know, we'll have to see in a couple of laps time when the end of the race appears. But oh my gosh, Lewis Hamilton 7th to 1st. And now he's gained a second off Sebastian Vettel. These players, they are really not pushing for that crown this weekend, are they? We'll have to see though, the end of results might be pretty close. Sebastian Vettel though, he's not gaining. Lewis Hamilton's, Valtteri Bottas has been pushed down the order. Possibly last position. That's Lando Norris overtaking Charles Leclerc there. Let's... Daniel Ricciardo overtaking, well, attempting to overtake Sebastian Vettel. Does he do it? Yes, he does, as that means, does Sebastian Vettel fight back in? This is going to be very close to these two drivers. Who will just bring it out? Daniel Ricciardo in P2.
We're approaching the pit window.
And I think Daniel Ricciardo's won it, and that means Lewis Hamilton, he is going on the hards. He will come out 19th, so that's just in front of his teammate if he pit stops now, but I think he is gaining a bit of speed against all these drivers. With Lewis Hamilton's spin off Vettel, with Valtteri Bottas. This has just been crazy here at the Silverstone Grand Prix. And now, guess who's on top? What was that? Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel! He, I think, is having problems in the Ferrari. He's down into 4th position. Will he just drop down into 5th? Where is Max Verstappen? Max Verstappen's 20th. He stopped. I think Lewis Hamilton Lewis had a collision with Max Verstappen. Lewis had a collision with Bottas. Who else will he have a collision with in this Grand Prix? Hopefully no one, because we're on lap 7 out of 13. And he might not just be able to pull it off. And also, on top of that, pitting on lap 13. So I really wonder, as Sebastian Vettel is out the top 10, what has happened to that driver? We're just going to have a little look now. Yeah, he's just getting absolutely battered. He probably has an issue with his car. But we'll have to see a bit later on, because I can't confirm if he has an issue with his car or if he does not. Lewis Hamilton, his front two tyres, one is 31 degrees and one is 25. The back tyre is 23 and 20. But I don't really need to utilise the energy. No cars in front of me, so I'll do it. Valtteri Bottas is pitting. He is going to go further behind in this Grand Prix, possibly behind Max Verstappen. These tyres are like they're punctured. That's what Lewis is saying. This Grand Prix has just all stood up to a brand new level. Lewis Hamilton's tyres thinking like they're feeling like they're punctured. You've got to give it more effort to go around the corner. Yeah, I don't know, because his tyres look pretty strong, or it's a slow puncher on the 34 degrees tyre. And he is also getting red sectors. Lewis Hamilton, now if he pits now, he comes out in 7th place. Won't be a big deal for the Mercedes driver, because everyone else has to pit. But going on to lap 9, I know you can see it. Hard tyres. Lewis Hamilton has confirmed he is going on hard tyres. Sebastian Vettel, Lando Norris pitting. No one else in the top 5 pitting. Norris is pitting as well. That means Lewis will come out in 6th, as Lewis is making some breathing space. Is that good or bad? We don't know. Lewis Hamilton will come out 3rd. Sergio Perez, he's just took 5th place after all the pit stoppers. But if Ricardo, Ocon and Sainz, if they all pit, Lewis Hamilton's going to stay in 1st position. But I'll say it will look good for some action from this driver. But we'll just have to.
I think you're going to start losing some tyre grip around now.
Wait and see. As Lewis Hamilton will be losing quite a bit of tyre grip round now. Not a little, quite a bit, because them tyres are screaming to get changed, and they are being changed. This lap, Lewis Hamilton really pushing against all the other drivers' pit stops.
There's 5 laps of
Let's see how long it takes the pit crew to pit over Lewis Hamilton's car. Takes him a bit of time to get to the lane. In he goes. 2.7 seconds to change the wheels, as that is Ricardo keep on going round, so you might have to wait for Ricardo to pit. That means the rest of the pack is here. Sainz is pitting. Where is Perez? George Russell?
That was our last stop. No more
Grosjean, where is he? He's not there. Alexander Albon! What has happened to him in the Red Bull? Albon, he has an issue. I think, no, that's Max Verstappen. Alexander Albon, has he had an engine blow? Yes, he has. As that might cause into yellow flags, and that will be perfect for Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, that would be excellent for Lewis Hamilton. If it does wave around the yellow flags, but it is an engine blow, he has this pull to the side of the circuit. So I don't think it's going to be yellow card flags. He's really he's going to catch Daniel Ricciardo in about 1 lap time. He's only 5 seconds off as zoom. Here we go for Ricciardo. Who will win this Grand Prix? If Ricciardo pits, well, it's all over. Lewis Hamilton, I'll say, has won. Has Grosjean pitted? No, he hasn't.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
And there's only 3 more laps left. Lewis Hamilton, he'll need to power it down tweeny bit as Ricciardo is pitting. There goes Lewis Hamilton. This race has really made us all happy. It has been close. Max Verstappen, though, the person who dropped down to 20th after a collision, is back close up to the person who caused was also in the collision. He is back with him and only 17 seconds behind. As Daniel Ricciardo, this might be his first podium in Formula One. So I don't really know what else is going to happen in this Grand Prix except from Lewis Hamilton winning it. Well, you never know. Lewis could have an engine problem though. Thinking on the other hand, if that will happen, it will be very bad. His engine knows 97 degrees, so his engine could freeze. I think that is a thing. I don't know, but Lewis Hamilton's engine could actually freeze. Now he needs to get that back up to temperature after a 2.7 second stop. As going on to lap 12, leader Lewis Hamilton, second place Verstappen, third place Ricciardo as Lewis is off. The others are on the other side of the circuit. That's probably the back top 15. Them, as most officials will be really crossing their fingers, crossing everything, just wanting Lewis Hamilton to have one of the greatest victories he's possibly had, 7th to 1st after that spin with his teammate on lap 2.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
As you heard it there from the Mercedes, 3 laps of fuel remaining if you didn't quite catch it. But Lewis Hamilton, he is against the time now.
The drivers we're fighting here are Verstappen and Ricciardo.
Verstappen and Ricciardo, Lewis asked who am I racing, and the pit crew was Verstappen and Ricciardo. I would really say none of them, because lap 13, Lewis Hamilton heads on.
Final lap of the race.
Come on, guys. Hamilton, if his engine does blow, it will be very bad for the teams. It could possibly freeze though, not blow. It has just dropped to 95 Celsius, and for a Formula 1 car that is cold, smashing the sign. Lewis Hamilton's engine, I don't think it's really controlling the car properly, what I don't think is very good. But we'll just have to see how this race ends off. It could freeze at 100 degrees or colder. So Lewis Hamilton only 5 degrees off from it being fine. So it could really do it. After 2.7 stop, it's still not heated up. And that was on lap 9. So they might need to have a look at that engine. But Lewis Hamilton, not many corners to go. As soon as that in the background, that looked like Verstappen, because Lewis Hamilton is losing pace. As he has a problem. He has a problem. Lewis Hamilton has a problem. He's got an X. That is very bad for Lewis Hamilton. But coming round the final corner now, Lewis Hamilton wins the British Grand Prix.
For that one. Congratulations.
He did really work hard for that one. 7th to 1st. Driving through there, Daniel Ricciardo. I really thought it was going to be Lewis Hamilton. 7th to 1st, but well.
Yes, another historic win under their belts. Well done.
Another win for Mercedes.
Anthony,
Wow.
what was it that helped them achieve this success?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
I'll let you all enjoy the podium. Here we go. Lewis Hamilton winning at Silverstone once again. And now Lewis Hamilton invited to the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please enjoy the podium scenes. I'll catch you in the next race. See you later.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.